Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's generational star, was fined $200. Not for a technical foul, not for fighting, not even for unsportsmanlike conduct on the court. No, she was fined for making a harmless Instagram joke after her team stunned the Las Vegas Aces in the semifinals. 4 words. That's all it took. Refs couldn't stop us. For words that every Fever fan had already been saying, for words that were clearly lighthearted, for words that spoke to what everyone has seen all season long, that Indiana has been forced to play 5 opponents, plus 3 in stripes. And for this, the WNBA came down on her. Think about the absurdity of that. Clark has sold out arenas across the country. She's driven TV ratings to historic highs. She's generated more revenue, more attention, more energy for the league in one season than most players have in an entire career. And instead of celebrating that, instead of riding the wave of momentum her presence has created, the WNBA decided to slap her on the wrist like a middle schooler who made a joke in class. The context makes it even worse. Clark hasn't played since July. A groin injury ended her sophomore season early, after just 13 games. She's been forced to watch from the sidelines as her teammates grind through the postseason without her. And yet even while rehabbing, even while powerless to affect the games on the floor, the league still went out of its way to target her. They weren't satisfied with her sidelined. They wanted her silenced. The irony is painful. The Fever are in the midst of their deepest postseason run in nearly a decade. They shocked the Aces in Game 1 of the semifinals, an upset that should have been front-page news. It's a moment that should have lifted women's basketball into headlines everywhere. But instead of highlighting the grit, the resilience, the improbability of that win, the WNBA turned the story into yet another controversy about its leadership. They fined Caitlin Clark for cheering on her teammates. That's the headline. That's what they wanted people to talk about. And once again, they've stepped on their own growth. Let's be clear. The money doesn't matter. Caitlin Clark's salary is around $80,000, but she's pulling in millions from Nike, Gatorade, and every major sponsor who recognizes that she is the face of the sport. $200 to her is like dropping a penny into a fountain. The sting isn't financial. The sting is symbolic. The league is sending a message. Don't challenge us. Don't mock the officiating. Don't give the fans words for what they're already seeing. Don't step out of line. But in trying to muzzle her, they've only made her voice louder. Clark herself treated the whole thing like a joke. She posted the screenshot of her comment on Twitter with a simple caption, "Got fined $200 for this, LOL." She even tossed in laughing emojis, as if to show how ridiculous it all was. She promised the Fever bench would be even louder in the next game. That's leadership. That's resilience. That's why her fans adore her. She refuses to let the pettiness of league bureaucracy distract her. Instead, she turns it into fuel for her teammates. And Sophie Cunningham wasted no time joining in on the fun, joking that maybe they should start a GoFundMe to cover Clark's massive financial burden. Fans piled on, roasting the league for its laughable priorities. The same WNBA that has ignored cheap shots on Clark all season, the same league that looked the other way when she was fouled so hard she hit the hardwood, suddenly found its backbone over an Instagram joke. That's not accountability. That's hypocrisy. Even rival coaches like Becky Hammon have admitted the officiating is a mess. Even insiders like Natalie Nicasi have been fined for pointing out bias. Indiana's own coach, Stephanie White, has spoken all year about the inconsistent and often disrespectful refereeing. Everyone knows it's a problem. Everyone sees it. And yet instead of fixing it, the league punishes the players and coaches who dare to speak the truth. That's what makes this so insulting. This wasn't even a rant. Clark didn't curse. She didn't name names. She didn't attack a specific referee. She didn't embarrass the league in public. She made a cheeky forward observation in the comments section of her own team's Instagram post. If that's enough to trigger a fine, then what does it say about how fragile the WNBA's leadership really is? Meanwhile, the double standard is impossible to ignore. On one side, A'ja Wilson, celebrated as MVP for the 4th time, praised as the polished, marketable face of the league. On the other, Caitlin Clark, fined for typing refs, couldn't stop us. Wilson gets trophies. Clark gets punished. And yet which one is drawing sellout crowds in every city? Which one has little girls wearing her jersey? Which one has networks paying attention in ways they never did before? The league's priorities are backward, and everyone can see it. And here's the kicker. Clark was right. The officiating has been atrocious. Entire games have been derailed by whistles that make no sense. The Fever have been on the wrong end of that more than anyone. They've had leads stolen. They've had challenges ignored. They've had their players fouled without a call, while every little bump on the other side gets a whistle. Fans have seen it. Social media has seen it. Even players on other teams admit it. So when Clark said refs couldn't stop us, she wasn't mocking authority. She was stating the truth. And the WNBA proved her right by fining her. What's truly maddening is how much of a missed opportunity this all is. The Fever's underdog story should be the talk of the league. Kelsey Mitchell dropping 34 points. Lexi Hull playing through pain. Aaliyah Boston putting MVPs in a straitjacket. This team is rewriting the narrative of Indiana basketball. And instead of celebrating that, instead of marketing it, instead of saying, look at this product, the league spent its energy digging through Instagram comments. It's as if they're allergic to good publicity. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark. This is about what kind of league the WNBA wants to be. Does it want to be a respected sports league that grows stronger through criticism, like the NBA has done for decades? Or does it want to be a fragile PR machine that silences its stars and pretends its flaws don't exist? Right now, Kathy Engelbert is choosing the latter. And it's not just a bad look, it's a disaster. Because here's the truth. Caitlin Clark isn't going anywhere. She will continue to call things as she sees them. She will continue to be authentic. She will continue to be the voice of the fans. And every time the league tries to quiet her, they only prove how much they need her. Without her, the arenas go dark. Without her, the ratings collapse. Without her, the WNBA doesn't exist on the national stage. She is the engine. And the engine doesn't stop running just because the conductor doesn't like the noise. So the league has a choice to make. Keep punishing the truth tellers, or finally fix the problem everyone is talking about. If they keep going down this road, all they're going to do is drive fans away. But if they embrace Clark's authenticity, if they clean up the officiating, if they start listening instead of silencing, then maybe, they can build something lasting. Until then, the fine isn't a punishment. It's a badge of honor. Caitlin Clark said what needed to be said. She gave the fans a voice. And she proved once again why she's the most important figure in women's basketball today. So what do you think of the WNBA fining Caitlin Clark for her Instagram comment? Was it fair, or was it another embarrassing misstep for a league that can't get out of its own way? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment of this unfolding drama. Click the video on your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.